E aí pessoal, beleza? Mapinha 01 aqui, voltando então a Alan Wake 2. Nessa parte aqui que eu travei ontem, né? Vamos ver. Nossa, e era mais fácil do que eu pensava. Deixa o like aí, se inscreve. Aperte o sininho de notificações para ajudar esse canal a crescer. Que ridículo, velho. Ué, o que aconteceu aqui? Vamos ver. Vai pra cá, né? Rarará. Hoje meu cérebro não tá tão frito. Tá menos calor também. Tá. Ué, o que aconteceu? Pera aí. Meu cérebro voltou a fritar aqui. Será que é pra voltar aqui e vai apagar ali? Não. Tarará. Ah, tá, agora foi. Maravilha. Acho inspiração na estação de metrô. Isso aqui é água? Não pra ver nada, deixa eu ajustar o monitor aqui também. Pera aí. Vamos ver pro outro lado, vai. Só ajeitar aqui o microfone. Aí. Agora tá pra minha direção. Sinistro. Sinistro. Cala sua boca. Ó, isso aqui, né? Eu não lembro nenhum outro jogo da Remedy que tem cena no metrô. Além de... Não, peraí, todos têm algo que envolve trem, né? Tipo... Tá. Será que um deles vai atacar?
The echoing hall had a story to tell.
culto do mundo. Culto da palavra. A palavra. Tá, entendi. Eu acho. Ué. Esse espírito aí não cala a boca, né, velho? Chato pra caramba.
I had a new idea, a new story thread.
Tá. O agente testemunha a mortalidade da seita e fugiu. Segredos dos portadores de tocha não estavam salvos na seita. Foi aqui que a seita esperou o momento de atacar. Vamos aqui assim. Shrine Street. Tá, tem que ir pra lá. Palavra de arma encontrada. Vamos ver. Por cento de chance de não gastar munição ao disparar revólver. Aumenta a chance de empurrão da espingarda de além 15%. A área de efeitos projéteis pistola alucinante. Tá. Vamos ver aqui. Puta, que se vê aceita também é... Que fechou? Por que fechou? Vê se a gente acha alguma coisa aqui. Meu Deus, cala a boca, espírito. Opa. Ah, tá, aqui tem coisa, pera aí.
This thread fit the scene. The hole had changed into the murder cult's hideout.
Pera aí, eu preciso sair daqui, né? Ué? Do nada umas cadeiras, velho.
The plot changed the details of the world.
Não brinca. Alex Case, escrito pelo Alan Wake.
The cultists were close now, a dark presence rising from the depths.
O autor não. que encerra a sombra que projeta o terceiro olho à noite lançar seu momento após sua partida. Entendi nada. Hoje louco.
The Fed had witnessed something here that made him run scared. Whether the summoning ritual had been a bona fide supernatural event or the mass psychosis of stark raving lunatics, it didn't change the facts. The cult was messing with things no one should mess with.
The ritual was a vital part of the story, the key to reaching the murder site. This new plot beat would carry me deeper into the story.
This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you're gone.
Caraca. Vazar desse lugar, né, velho?
Shit! This isn't your story!
Tá, agora ferrou, né? Só isso, só de bala. Uhum. O que tem pra cá, será? Bala pro oitão dele, né? Vai, o pau no cu, vem. O que tem lá? Perdi alguma coisa, deixa eu voltar, peraí. Tá, só quero ver um negócio lá. Valeu. Foi aqui que eu tinha visto a seta? Pera aí, tava ali, né? Tinha uma seta pra cá. Ah, deixa quieto, vamos voltar lá. Sinistro. Esses números de cobrança são chatos, né, velho? Aí. Acho que tá bonitão demais e... Palavra de ação, vamos ver. Que tem palavra de ação aqui. Aumenta 10% do dano causado a inimigos próximos. Dos danos sofridos de projéteis de escuridão. Vamos... Ó o eco.
Turns out the cultists weren't the only ones using the tunnels. Hidden graffiti signs marked secret routes. I kept hearing whispers around burn barrels of an underground society of mystic outsiders with hidden knowledge. Typical New York.
Ah, vai tomar no cu, né? Tem mais? Errei. Nenhum deles. Um deles vai me atacar. Tá. Rarará. Estamos chegando a algum lugar aqui. Vamos ver. Mr. Hand of Like It Rose. Cara, esse negócio das palavras é muito foda, né? Achei muito bem colocado. Eu tô sentindo que vai dar ruim. Basicamente porque é um jogo de terror. Ai, 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 ai. Nossa, velho, esse jogo tá muito incrível, velho. Não tem como fazer daqui? Droga. Don't right. Qual que é o objetivo? Complete o ritual do túnel desabado. Tá, então a gente tem que vir pra cá, né? Pra cá de onde a gente veio? Não. Tá. Túnel desabado, vamos lá. Jutsu de invocação, né? O que tá acontecendo, velho? Tá, tem que ir pra luz de qualquer forma. Vai!
I couldn't hear the dark presence. It was gone.
Não significa que ela não esteja lá. Ok. Dark Presence encostou, morreu.
The dark presence. Fuck!
Vai, Alan. Ué? Ai, catapimbas. Fala, não fica olhando pra trás, velho. Isso não é pior.
I couldn't hear the dark presence. It was gone. The tunnel was open now. I could get through.
Nossa, Dark, agora que eu me toquei. Isso tem control também, essa presença obscura. Que a gente não consegue derrotar nem ferrando.
The dark presence. I had seen it before. I remembered now. It was always out there, hunting me.
Que é aquilo, velho?
The city was not real. I was limited to the confines of the dream.
Tá, aqui eu não vou brincar não.
I had found the murder site. Somehow the victim's heart was the key. Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home.
Saga Anderson.
An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
She can hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. Help me get you.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
Mount Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The dark presence. Help me. Please, help me.
Será que a Saga Anderson e a Jess Faden são a mesma pessoa no final das contas?
Closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow? Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I had lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
Ok, se você morou num lugar tão chique assim, né? Você tá pedindo colaboração dos outros. Pedindo collab dos gamers. Procure Alice. Acho que aqui não vai ter nada, né? Aparentemente ele tem uma shotgun, que eu não devo ter chegado ainda nessa parte, né?
Who was writing who?
O autor da primeira palavra, não o autor da que encerra com a luz apavorada e a sombra que projeta aberto o terceiro olho para a noite lançar esse momento de narrar. Este é o ritual que será seu condutor e seus amigos o conhecerão quando você se for. Tá.
I felt it. Stepping to the murder site, I felt it.
Cara, esse é o Max Payne, não é possível que seja o Alex Casey.
Meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something that soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
Cadê? Vamos ver. O que tem aqui? Arará. É, ok. Deve ter alguma entrada que eu tô perdendo ali, mas... Ele é esperto de não andar nos trilhos. Vai que os trem ficam vivos, né? Eu vim dali? Não lembro. The Dark Place. Tower Plaza. Tem alguma coisa pra cá? É, vai ser a mesma coisa. Agora é só subir. Tô sentindo que vai dar uma merda. É, provavelmente eu perdi alguma coisa, mas depois eu volto aqui, né? Não um vídeo, mas depois que eu zerar o jogo, assim. Pretendo fazer a platina desse jogo aqui, velho. Quantum Break, vou aproveitar e terminar de Quantum Break também.
Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home?
Não, cara.
Or was this just an echo of the real thing?
Isso é um jogo de terror. Deixa eu ver se experimento aqui ou não. Não tem, feliz. Nove Memory of Alan Wake. Parece o F ou é? F to pay respect. No capítulo 2, acho que do primeiro jogo que toca o telefone assim.
Maybe he was a writer. Maybe he was a victim. Using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Qual elevador que chegou? Já que ele vai ter que ir de escada? Ah, mano. Control. Mano, esse paletó tá muito realista, velho. Coisa muito impressionante. Sucker.
Alice's photo equipment set to go off when the door opens.
Get out! Leave me alone!
this?
Alice,
Escolher fotos para cartazes da mostra.
this is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Não, sabe tudo de você aí? Ai, ai, Alan, cada
I have
uma,
a
hein?
new idea, a new story thread.
Vamos ver o que tem aqui. Scratch, assombrava-me, Alice em perigo. Tá.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol. Alice's video camera. No memory card inside.
Vídeo Art Doc nas telas, multi. Ponto focal do local obscuro. Parte 1.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
Ixi, véi, mas às vezes é melhor não descobrir. OnlyFans da Alice aí já é real.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money.
Escritor ganha mais dinheiro que fotógrafo?
I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block.
Tô falando do primeiro jogo.
Side of him, one I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her.
E vale lembrar que a Alice que tem medo do escuro, não é o Alan. Ah, é o quarto onde escreve o livro.
Initiation. To project myself through the dark place. To look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Return. Agora a gente vai jogar com a saga? Ah é, a gente ficou de entrevistar o Alan na delegacia.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Ellen. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Tira o Tomazane também?
He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image. As he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away. I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the dark place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
It's insane.
Caso de pontos de
And there's
interesse.
so much of it.
Eu preciso de informações que... Tá, pro gás de
Have
coleta.
you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks and performing murder rituals. Victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness. Possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author.
Falou Alex Casey.
Bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something? Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington.
Seattle, Washington.
He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
Deixa eu ver um negócio. Quadro de casos.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
Tá.
Nightingale goes missing for 13 years, gets murdered, and then turns into a monster. After I stop Nightingale, a rider who's also been missing for 13 years turns up. What's the connection? What kind of case is this?
Tá. Não, seria... Mentalidade da seita? Ou meta da seita? Ah, tá. Que trabalhar com Scratch? O que a seita ganha com isso? A história, vamos ver.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
É, realmente. Como e o lugar obscuro. A história altera a nossa realidade um pouco de cada vez. O processo. Luz e a presença obscura. Tá, vamos ver aqui, peraí. Wake ficou preso num lugar obscuro por 13 anos. Não. Cadê? Wake na forma de Scratch presente descobre toda a estranha história. Nossa, que é presença obscura. Está editando a história de Wake, que quer transformar o mundo em um pesadelo do caralho. Scratch. Da presença obscura parece Wake, ela usa o seu nome meio conveniente, isso daí meio maligno. Vou ficar de olho. Ficção em contato tem o poder de alterar a realidade. Não, aqui, presença obscura não, lugares. Scratch vai usar a história para a realidade do início da festa de surf. Tá. Wake, preciso pegar o Scratch e o clique antes de Scratch. Com ele a história pode ser alterada. Scratch será mandado de volta.
Makes sense.
Onde é que eu começo? Wake ficou preso num lugar obscuro por 13 anos. Ajusta a posição, o lugar que a gente foi lá. O poema fala sobre uma lenda local, uma bruxa que perdeu o coração. Sobre terror. Tá. Dentro uma luz intensa, a Saga se sentia segura, mas como se nada pudesse machucá-la lá. Não. Queria... Não, presença obscura. Não, luz e presença obscura. Tá.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
Tá.
Standing inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled...
Não, quero o quadro de casos. F.
The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Entramos no trailer na periferia de Watery. Tá.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Pacey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
partir de agora você pode trilhar entre a história de Alan Wake e saga pelo balde de descanso do faxineiro.
I feel bad for these guys.
Grizzly Giant.
Hi, welcome.
Okay. Past favorite Deerfest floats. Go.
The yarn puppet monstrosity.
Stuffed moose and squirrels one.
No, thank you. Those beady dead marble eyes still give me nightmares.
And welcome to Coffee World, Bojangles, Washington. Hello, and welcome to Coffee World,
Que isso, véi?
Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park. All of our attractions are family-friendly and available to children of all ages. Like our coffee. So, take a sip of our Oh Dear Diner organic coffee and let the adventure begin. Hold on for dear life on the Espresso Express. Oh! Soak in some local history at the Huatari Well, where two serial killers once hid the disemboweled bodies of their murder victims. It's not haunted. Come join Mocha Moose and the goats at our amusement park pig. Just don't share your coffee with the goats. Seriously, stop feeding our goats coffee. Seriously, it's not amusing. Take in amazing views from the Slow Roaster Ferris wheel. I can almost see the Watery Lighthouse trailer park. This is so much fun! And finish off at our beautiful gift shop where seniors and children under 10 receive a 9% discount on keychains and propane tanks. Welcome to Coffee World. We guarantee you'll have a great time.
It won't open.
Ixi.
This is the third time I've requested something be done about the TV in my room. It keeps going on by itself. It's keeping me awake all night.
Yes, sir, I'm terribly sorry for that.
Aqui não é onde o... Lembrando que o Dr. Hartman morre no... em Control.
Pets should be allowed at this year's bake sale. For those of you just tuning in, you're listening.
Batman, primeiro jogo, velho.
Brought to you by Davis Family Moose Jerky. And boy, what an eventful day here in Bright Falls. By now, you've seen the FBI setting up shop in town.
Tá.
All asking the same question I am. Did they bring all this darn rain?
Caldron Lake, procurar notícias e boatos, focar em 2010, cruzar referências dos dossiês antigos da seita de New York, semelhanças e pontos comuns na metodologia, parte de uma série, descobrir nome do café bom na lanchonete. Tá escrito ali? Por favor, não perturbe. É porque esse aqui tá aberto. Também não queria que eu viesse, eu percebi. Não que a viagem esteja ajudando, pensei que ia sair da cidade me inspiraria, mas Bright Falls é só um monte de árvores e fachadas vazias. Preciso encontrar algo. Estou cansado de escrever peças de um ato só sobre como o mundo é uma merda. Eu pensava que críticas sociais contundentes fariam me sentir um artista de verdade. Mas sei lá, não sou eu. Quero escrever algo esquisito, algo realmente usado, algo autêntico. Mas o quê? Essa cidade que se foda, não quero nem falar no que aconteceu ontem à noite. Mas é estranho, sentado aqui no quarto de hotel, algumas coisas começaram a se encaixar. Uma ideia de uma nova peça, uma seita espacial incendiando a galáxia em uma busca equivocada para algo a ser revelado. Um homem solitário, um artista vagando pelas estrelas até que seu destino coloque diretamente no caminho da seita. Elenco 100% em negro, musical, uma ópera rock. Aí. Que é isso?
Ed hadn't been the same since his latest show had closed. This wasn't the first time one of his productions had shuttered early. Scathing social commentary in a one-act play wasn't exactly filling seats. When Tammy told him she was taking a research trip to Bright Falls, he decided to tag along. Ed told her he wanted to find inspiration. Really, he just wanted a break from the city. But it was true that he certainly needed to find something. A voice, a direction, an idea, something authentic to himself. Ed knew he couldn't keep using Tammy's money to fund his playwriting. After the argument with Tammy, Ed stormed out of the diner and drove their rental car back to Cauldron Lake to prove a point. Now standing in the dark woods, the sun hidden by the trees, Ed wished he could remember what that point was. Something about masculinity. He cursed at himself and turned to go. Suddenly, he was blinded by a light in his face. Voices shouted and hands pushed him to the ground. Ed struggled in vain. Tammy tapped her pen on her notebook. Alan Wake had ridden this same ferry into town when he arrived. This was his entry into Bright Falls.
Lá do primeiro jogo.
Across the threshold. She wrote that down. She always found it helpful to walk in the victim's shoes, do what they did, see what they saw. It added great color to the book. Tammy felt raindrops on her face. God, again? She pulled up her hood. The rain just kept coming. She missed New York. So far, this was a simple research trip she pictured. First the incident at the lake, then the fight with Ed. It's not surprising tempers got hot. They were both on edge after what had happened. Tammy had said some things she regretted. She looked out over the harbor. A chill passed through her. She hoped Ed wouldn't do anything stupid.
Aqui não tem mais nada, acho, né? Será que é The Old Gods of Asgard que tá tocando? Não tem nada, tá pedindo pra não perturbar.
I can't force it open.
Tá. Ferry tickets.
I swear I brought my full kit along. Jewel?
Vamos roubar esse carro aí? Não tem como, né?
Pack the EMF reader, did you? Why would I pack your gear? I've got my own to worry about.
Atrapalhar a foto desse turista.
Now how am I supposed to measure the energy signatures emitted by paranormal manifestations?
Pro Waterbury.
Anderson, I didn't want to say this in front of Wake, but are you sure this is a good idea? Going on your own?
Assuming we believe the page, I need to check this out. We need to find the cult. Anyone we meet here could be a member. And this Scratch guy.
The evil doppelganger? It must be true, or else this guy can't write for shit.
The quality of his writing aside, if this page turns out to be true like the rest have, this could be a breakthrough. We might solve this thing before backup even arrives.
Yeah, but they're taking their time, so just be careful out there. Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat. Maybe I can shake something loose.
Okay. But remember what happened with the salt shaker?
Yeah, real funny.
page placed me in a trailer, somewhere in Watery.
Puta sacanagem, né? Bom, pessoal, esse foi o vídeo de hoje. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Amanhã eu tô de volta com mais Alan Wake 2. É isso aí, um beijo e até a próxima. Fui, até mais. Falou!